Okay, let's go ahead and look on a procedural terrains a little bit easy in terrain editor. And understand procedural terrain will help you also to work with infinity terrains. Infinity terrains is where we can apply the terrain to entire surface, and because it's same procedural based terrain, only it's keep on going regenerated as the camera progress. So right here we'll go click and create procedural terrain, and notice our render is showing us closer to the camera, higher details, more polygons, and far away it's dropping off. Now we'll go inside and we'll go to edit our object. Okay, as the properties appear, most of them all similar, except we now have it enable our reset 2D sculptions and reset all sculpting and painting. So as we apply to this, and also we have additional options in the zones. So the zones is allowed us to create a segment of the terrain and work precisely just on those segments. This is very helpful with this terrain and almost necessity when you start working with infinity terrains, because no other ways you can modify infinity terrains by removing, creating a small zone and painting or creating there. First, before we jump on this, let's look on the graph, and you notice right here as a graph going, we have additional properties, vertical and quality boost. So again, this will help us to see our resolution and how it's going. Notice we also still have it right here, our resolution, but this resolution does not affect terrain. Will mostly work for the preview purposes. So we'll just click a 512 for now. Okay. Paint tools is the same as we have before, same as effects. Effects can apply only to the global effect of the terrain. So we have any created zone, and we're going to create that a zone right here. You'll notice the effect tab will be disappear. So let's go right now and create a new zone. I click edit, and this is our terrain from the top. So I'm just going and draw right here the square. And this is our element that I selected. So if we look on the zones, this is my zone with coordinates that I selected, and it's part of the entire terrain. So I can go back to my terrain. It's right here. Let's go to the zones. Okay, right here we go to select the zone, and you notice it is one segment. We also can enable fading. This is when you're sculpting and you want to be sure you don't have this hard edge cutting of the zone, so you can enable the fading, and it will blend with rest of the environment. Okay, right here is our blending, so it's meaning when I create this will be sharp and it slowly start blending in. Okay, let's go with a paint tool, and we'll go basic 2D rise. We'll increase radius, get very low on the falling, so right here, and I can kind of creating. So I can sculpt. Okay, let's go now zones. We'll go entire. And you can see right here this area where I was painting on my procedural terrain. So it's still, if I take my camera and come closer, it will be high details, but I did modify area of my terrain that suit properly what I want to do. Okay, same things as we did with the high field terrains. We can apply all of these effects. We can paint with materials over our terrain. We can freeze and apply all of these elements. So they're all exactly the same. And to do this, just to show, let's go click on the pebbles. And notice 2D won't work, so we need reset 3D. And then my sculpting tool, if we look, it's just a little bit over, so it's 3D. We can go ahead and reset it. So in this case, we're going with my pebbles now in 2D. It will apply it. Gravel stones, plateaus, so all of those effects kind of will work with this terrain as well. The one other things notice as we're using with the procedural terrain currently, we have our options of the loaded image is disabled. It's possible to integrate image inside. By doing this, we need to go inside the function editor and doing through the function editor to add image as a base reference. And that will be subject for our more advanced tutorials to do that. Okay, so overall, here's an overview of the terrain editor inside the view. And let's do some sculpting some terrains we're going to do in our next tutorials.